So that was Hybrid Heaven, the vanilla version. I say vanilla because there's more to be seen concerning this game. We have a couple of hours before AB presumably starts streaming, so might as well show off the other thing that I've done with this game. The other thing that I've accomplished with this is quite the amazing thing. And for those of you who don't know, which I imagine would be one or two of you, I have been experimenting with not this, but this, with this thing, with this game. It's the Vinesauce Corruptor. And it took me a long time to get any real results, but I finally did. I got a few here. So let me see. This is one of the best corruptions I came up with last time I tried this. The name of this particular corruption is Graceful as a Statue of David.txt, and if we run it through the intro cutscenes, which is what I've been using, no, not the corruption, the actual emulator, up until this point. Yeah. Well, if we look at Flower Skirt Man. No, I didn't! I said that many times, yes. I didn't have the thing that was required to save the game, so I never got anywhere in it. I remember getting to the second stage where you get chased by the giant monster and then fall in the hole and die instantly, and then that was the end of that. I never did get past that part. So if you go to the intro, the scene where the guy's talking, we see something like... well, some parts of it would be. Other parts would look like this. A guy leaning from side to side while bending his upper body. A guy being really camera shy while sitting on the couch and then jumping from side to side on one foot while having the rest of his body perfectly stiff. And then really striking a pose in the shower. That's not how that's supposed to look. And then someone rings the doorbell, and the way he answers the door is like this. But the guy outside isn't much better.
So I'll be brief. Let's go over this one last time. The substitution of the president will be...
So that's how that scene looks like. There's a couple of other scenes in the intro that I have to load separately because they don't load normally while the ROM is corrupted. This is the part of the intro where they're in the train station with the old Red 7 train to Staten Island or wherever. I'm actually not familiar with that. And that woman's foot is kind of bent, and she's standing further down the platform that she's supposed to. She suddenly remembered where she had to stand. There's Diaz the crab. There's a couple of guys in the middle of slapping the side of their heads. Here comes Johnny walking down the stairs and looking surprisingly normal. Mr. Diaz is also trying to stretch his back, I guess, to make it more flexible. That guy in the back has a question, but Mr. Diaz just isn't going to flushing, okay, to pay attention to him. Yep, the woman is slowly trudging after Johnny now. It's like a popsicle puppet that you bob up and down to signal that they're walking. And now apparently those agents are part of the Elite Beat division because of those amazing moves they have. You're aiming at the wall, Diaz. Oh, apparently, yeah, you shot nothing. You might have shot the woman, but that's not really how body should bend after being hit by a gunshot. So now Diaz is being carried off as this woman just nonchalantly floats 2 feet into the air while Yeah, there we go. And she stays like that for the rest of the scene. So if you go to the elevator, which is the next part of the intro, Diaz is making the other guy jump up and down. Yeah, this would be an appropriate time to play Get Down, but that song usually triggers a copyright ID thing if I try to put it on the YouTube, so I'm going to refrain from that. I've already played it a couple of times on stream. Yeah, the gravity is not really working great on this elevator, but these are all scenes that we've already seen. There's a couple of cutscenes that we haven't tried, like this one. I wonder if they'll be corrupted. Well, this is different. I thought this was gonna be a cutscene, but this is the actual fight with the mast. Oh god, oh dear lord. I never imagined this would be possible, but it is. Well, I have a few other songs that I could play, but I might as well play this one since no one can sue me for trying to use it since it's so old. But I'm trying to sort of find out which of these stages is a cutscene just before that. Maybe this one. Yeah, Johnny's just gotten past the first master fight. His body is bending at very unusual angles. The president is bungee jumping down that hole now. Man, if I had known this would be successful, I would have made more save states over the course of the game. And it won't load the next part, so let's load another one. Let's load the fight with Bowser. That's different too. Step. I can't see where the steps are. But apparently that resulted in Johnny being poisoned. Let's see. I have the one after the last form of the master dies. He still explodes into a rainbow. Let me turn up the volume of this a bit, so that it's not overpowered by the game. Johnny's really floating and looking down at that, huh? Oh, yeah, the president seems to be having some problems with this door here. Oh god. Johnny, are you alright? I'm gonna screen cap this as well, because... or was going to, but then Johnny disappeared. I'll screen cap the recording, that's alright. And nothing else is gonna happen in this scene, so let's try the Diaz scenes at the end. End Vader. The president's really getting comfortable on the ride up there. Oh, yeah, Diaz suddenly appeared this time, still being sassy. No, not the Cross the Castle theme. Let's go for this now. I should probably mute the game while this is going on, because game audio doesn't really contribute to this. There we go. You won't get away now. Except apparently they all did, since they're nowhere to be seen. David Lynch presents Hybrid Heaven. The best sci-fi epic of our time. And it ended there. So let's see what happens after Diaz is defeated. Johnny learned how to glide, is the answer. And the actual ending cutscene with the taxi driver and such. How is that going to look? Well, the buildings in New York look relatively normal, but then the taxi guy's neck is broken. It's really, really, really broken. And Johnny's not even... Oh god, he's jumping up and down with his seat. That's new. Yeah, apparently he's permanently attached to the seat of his taxi, and this guy's still leaning back. But the other guy comes and karate chops him out of the way. Just sort of lightly brushes him aside. And the agent dropped his glasses. I have the feeling the next scene isn't going to load properly, but might as well see what happens. Positive results. Oh, never mind. Now it's... Oh, those are neon lights. Man, if I could figure out how to make a Christmas tree look like that, I would make a lot of money. I'm sure. Just glue a bunch of old broken monitors to it. And the woman really doesn't seem to... It really seems rather impatient. Well, yeah, I've sort of found a certain range that sort of seems to trigger these particular model corruptions. And that's the range I've been sticking with to create many corruption files. And Johnny, that's a hero's entrance. I think we need to try another corruption though. That was a cool one, but let me try a different one called... this one's called Parkinson's. I can only imagine what the result of it will be. Gonna skip right ahead to the end cutscene. With the buildings, I wonder if the buildings can even get corrupted. There's the taxi driver. He looks like he's in a hurry, doesn't he? Well, I can see why I named this Parkinson's. Everyone has an affliction in this universe. Wow, that's a bouncy seat. It really is. And now we get to listen to the same song, except in a quieter, orchestrated version. But you don't know is that the alien spaceship did make it overground, and now there's an earthquake going on. Everyone's just suffering from it. I'm breathing out squares of garbled white static. That's what my breath looks like when I'm in a cold place. She's really cold. That's why she has to keep wobbling like that. Johnny's having an attack of nervousness all of a sudden, too. Don't even know if there would be any audio if I unmuted the emulator. Somehow I doubt it, because everything's going way faster than it's supposed to. I might as well take a look at some of the fight scenes, like the fight with the Master. Oh god, this is what combat looks like in Parkinson's planet. Hey. You think you can put up with this? I don't feel of the cutscene that happens right after this. The president's gonna have a really hard time hanging on. Yep. And it crashes after that, but that's okay because we have more. If I load a normal gameplay sequence, the Parkinson's effect is lost, unfortunately. But if I load the scene after we kill the giant turtle, where the last form of the Master appears. Whoa, man. Having to stand up like this is weird. Oh yeah, there's also this scene where they're in the subway after escaping. I think Johnny's like hanging from a well, almost. 24th. Johnny, when did it get so cold? And of course there's a Diaz scenes. Johnny can't hang on to the... well... I'm pretty tough myself. Still alive, as you can see. So that's the Parkinson's corruption. I think we need to try another one now. Let me see. This one's called the joint problems. Let's see what the this scene looks like. Oh, yeah, we're getting closer to President Johnny, I'm near my limit. Johnny, can you hear me? I'm way down here at the bottom of the chasm. Let's see, what's the actual fight like? Oh boy. Yep, it doesn't even load properly that time. What about the scene in the taxi? What's that going to look like? Well, I'm guessing it has to do with all the models in the cutscenes and such, because I'm using the same corruption just with different save states to load all these scenes. I really am. But the taxi driver disappeared. It's just a phantom cab now. So what's the president address? Oh, he's having a bit of a hard time staying in one piece. Especially when the other guy faces a scene out of nowhere. Bloody hell. Anything else to be gleaned from this? Well, there's a fight with Diaz. Wonder what he's going to be like when... Oh, apparently it doesn't load properly. I need to redo that save state eventually. Yeah, the bodies, the physics of that doesn't work properly. But I think the reason why I named this like disjointed joints is because there's a scene right in the opening sequence where that's all that happens. All the joints don't work. Don't quite work like they're supposed to. And if we switch to the other guys holding their hands behind their backs like that, it's like a cult thing. But Johnny looks normal, so let's load a different corruption. This one's called Cracked Neck, so this can only go right, I'm sure. What about this one? Have I tried this one? Yeah, this is after that guy dies. Oh, shoot. He's an ashen stain on the ground now, and Johnny's not really... doesn't really have the best posture, yeah. This particular scene doesn't really show much, though. What about this one? Oh, he just sort of shows up for a moment and then disappears. And the president seems to have the same problem. Johnny, I've almost disappeared into the antimatter universe. Please pull me up. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Diaz can't pull himself up normally here. Yep, we've forgotten someone. The president's there all by himself, facing in and out of existence. Where's Johnny and Diaz? They were just left behind completely. Johnny's having a really hard time fathoming the fact that all this destruction is going on around him. But he's disappeared. Any other scenes? This one, I guess. Yeah, the president just facing in and out of existence. Above ground. You're above ground again, and you're floating, but I think that's enough of that corruption. That was cracked neck, I think. Spazfest, no. This one's called True Beauty. Can only imagine why it's called that. Let's see, this one. Oh, Johnny is trying to escape. The person's jumping in and out of the shaft. Whoa! The person's really acrobatic here. If you try to load an actual fight, oh dear lord. Well, we guard against the attack, of course. If we try to run, oh, the running animation works mostly fine, but the turtle has a hard time. Oh, it has a chance to rotate completely. Never actually noticed that during the actual fight. If you load this scene... Well, I don't think we made any save states where we played as the alien. Johnny dashes for the exit. But we haven't seen the end cutscene yet, and this is where most of the beauty does come from. Some of the buildings do seem to be floating here. The cab driver is not there most of the time. And neither is Johnny. Yeah, not much seems to be happening. But the president's clone is jolly hopping around, but then he's shoved out of the way by the other president. But no one's around to witness it. No one. Just an empty seat. And now it looks like that Secret Service guy's beating the hell out of him, but let's see what the Christmas tree looks like this time. If it will load, which I hope it will. Oh boy, it's not just like a series of concave things piled on top of one another and fading in and out of existence. And the lady is nowhere to be found. Only her breath is. It's like Invisible Woman. But how is Johnny going to make his heroic entrance, if he even shows up? I have a feeling he might not. Oh, there he is. Never mind, he's going to face in and out of the ground and then jump high into the air. And then he's going to focus on the appearing white square against the White House, and that's it, I guess. Nothing else to be seen. Just white squares fading in and out of existence. Anything else worthwhile that I didn't check? Well, the death of Diaz. Johnny's floating. He's really freaking out at all the But he escaped into the compound. This is the alternate ending where he just runs into the compound and goes down with the ship. Fire really upsets me. No, it's upsetting so much that my leg is glued to my head now. That's what that looked like. Oh, the president is slamming the floor of the lift now. As Johnny... He has Johnny in tow, kind of. He's like gravitating around the edge of the platform. So that was that corruption. I think we'll check one more out and then we'll move on to the next thing I have. No, don't save. Load. This one's called Amazing Kick Stretch. I can only imagine what it will result in. Oh boy. It's kind of slow, but you can see the results better because of it. Holy shit, Johnny's neck is flexible, as are the rest of his extremities. So this is his entry video for the gymnastic event at the Olympics 2016. Something else is supposed to be happening, but the game's sort of going very slowly. Yeah, she's gonna try to save the president. I wonder what he's going to be looking like. God damn it. One moment. There we go. That should take care of that. Hello, Ben. We finished the game. And now we're checking out a few corruptions before we move on to the next thing that I had prepared for this stream. I'm sort of waiting for the camera to pan down and show us how the president is holding up. And that was completely not worth it, because he's not even there. God damn it. Well, let's go to the next scene. Actually, let's try to load a fight scene, why not? Evil turtle fight. Oh, God. They're like making kung fu taunting stances at each other now. You can sort of see it. Oh, warning, the turtle guy is going to attack. Whatever will we do? I'm trying to select guard. Here we go. I'm trying to select guard. I'm pressing the button over and over and over again. Okay. Will I be patient enough for the guard to load? Yep, the button is flashing. Will it actually do anything now? Well, Johnny's got his legs stretched. The turtle's really coming for him with that poison cloud. He's like doing rolls on the ground, and then it's doing somersaults somehow. But Johnny still got poisoned. So let's see. If we skip ahead to the scene where Diaz gets on the elevator. President seems to be stretchy as well. What else do I have on my playlist? I actually don't remember. Yeah, the president just sort of rotating around. Oh yeah, this. So let's try and see if any part of the end cutscene will load. I'm sure that will look great. And hi, Uro. I didn't notice you come in. Oh boy. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna have to wait a while if any part of this will load. It might not even, actually. This music does not fit waiting, so... Yeah, I don't think that's going to load right. What about the train scene? Oh. Yep, barrel rolling so that we can escape the train. But now they've disappeared, and the train's slowly trudging away, as all trains do. And it doesn't look like anything else exciting is going to happen soon, so... I might as well wait for the character's next appearance. Oops. No, they're not going to show up anymore. Well, you know what? I think that's going to be it for Hybrid Heaven Corruptions.